Hello. The building over there is an abandoned Shari restaurant on Southeast Tualatin Valley Highway in Hillsboro, Oregon. This time we'll be exploring inside, so let's go for it. Shari again. Signs are still up, not at all a surprise. This year is closed in September 2024. The two other locations are out of business as well. I actually found a tenant's point branch when I went inside. If you haven't seen the video yet, the link is in the description below. I haven't stopped by the other one in Farmington, but I will eventually. We're about to get in. Ta-da, we're officially inside an abandoned Shari's. This is the vestibule, but very tiny. About to get into the lobby. Here we are. The building's quite big, honestly. I want to say this opened back in 1990 or so. Then they expanded the front building a lot bigger sometimes in the mid-2000s. The layout looks really nice and beautiful. Got picture frame on the wall. We have a nice skylight up there. The design totally reminds me of the exact set of layout that I'm seeing in Portland. Seems like they made the dining area much larger. I can see some tables and chairs are tucked away in the corner. The old power display case, registers, and counters are still intact. All the powers are obviously shut off. Luckily I brought my lighting equipment to explore the rooms that are dark. I did try to slip the circuit breakers on, but unfortunately it wouldn't let me. I like those wooden floorings, and they look great. The fire pit is definitely perfect for Shari's. Now let's explore the dining area. Of course, this is usual set of just like other Shari's locations. I see now all the chairs have been placed upside down on the tables. That's interesting. I don't know why that's the case though. Maybe the landlord preferred it that way. Other close Shari's locations I've been to, most of the chairs are on the tables. The hanging light fixtures look like UFOs. We're gonna check the solarium. See what it looks like. My tables are tucked away over there. You can see a light booth at the end. There's an AC near the windows. More students in the opposite side. The stone wall on the left looks super cool. We're done with this solarium. By the way, I have a brother-in-law who used to live in this area in the 90s and early 2000s when he was a kid. He and his family ate here at least once before it shut down. Oh my god, look at that. A black tarp is covering the leak in the roof where some ceiling tiles are missing. The table is a bit dirty, and there's also a white stain in the carpet. Sad to see this building in a rough shape. Check this out. One of the hanging light fixtures fell off the ceiling and is sitting on the boots. There's a handful of white chunks in the light cover. Not good. It wasn't even like that when I came and checked this place back in late 2024. Here's the door at the corner. This window door leads to the kitchen, which we'll check soon. A PA system used to be here, where servers enter customers through orders. This is the service passageway. Let's see if the order still works. Nope, not this time. I'm assuming the city turned off the water since nobody is using this building. Look at those picture frames showing all the kinds of food and drinks. They look amazing. I honestly don't mind trying all of them if the remaining Shari in Oregon were still open today. Man, I'm so hungry already. Too bad this place is out of business. Here we have a bus station. Just a typical layout. The soap dispenser is empty. Moving along. A closer shot registers in the off-high display case once again. The floor is quite a mess. What a shame. Pens, crayons, and whatnot are hanging around. There's something in this black bag. Hopefully it's not a dead animal inside. Any additional pies would have been in the freezer rather than in the pie cabinet. The equipment looks brand new to me. Shari had a rewards program, but they ended it sometime in 2023, and I heard the business. My mom always loved using them whenever we visit our local Shari's. It's a beautiful day outside. I love the way it is. We're gonna check those bathrooms real soon. Let's check this closet first. Get the answer machine systems. I know the Shari closet had that as set up. Wasn't expecting to see a coat hanging on the wall. There was likely a vacuum and a mop puppet at the bottom. Turning on my lighting equipment for the bathrooms. We're gonna check the women's room. Here we are. Oh wow, the restroom looks very nice. There is one sink next to the paper towel dispenser. The wall tiles are also wonderful. There's a soap dispenser, but only a little bit is left on the wall. They are probably expired already. Here's the first toilet you've seen. There's definitely water in the bowl, and it looks like there's something else in there as well. I'm obviously not gonna say the word because it's nasty. Haha. Here's another toilet. At least this one is cleaning better. No more toilet paper in the seat cover. I don't think I'll be able to flush those toilets since the water is off, as I said before. We're done with this room. Look it out. Now let's head over to the men's room. There it is. Got one sink. A few other Shari locations have two sinks in both restrooms, while most of them only have one. I don't know the reason why it only has one sink. Got a urinal here, but it is gross. Here's the one toilet. Again, no more toilet paper, just like the women's room. We're finally done exploring the bathrooms. I like those kinds of white walls since they're a bit brighter. Here we have another bathing station. There was another PA system on the counter. The light sitting area over there is where customers used to wait before getting a table. Anyway, a long time ago on Facebook, I saw a photo of a salad bar at Shari from the 80s. It's possible that some of them, including this one, might have had one and were eventually phased out. It's ironic because Marie Callender's restaurant also has a salad bar. Also, one of my subscribers, Daniel Williams, had in here a few times, and I heard Shari locations too. I'm not sure if he's still living in this area. If you're watching this, Daniel, a big shout out to you. We're about to check this area in a sec. There were a few papers in the wood panel wall that say no minors were allowed in the gambling room. This room used to have 6 slot machines back then. Her Shari Horror Awakening lottery close to $1 million, which is unbelievable. You can see those windows are not transparent anymore. Before the gambling service existed, this used to be the additional dining space. There would have been 3 more beds in the back. It doesn't feel the same since we don't have Shari in Oregon anymore. I know there are 3 left in Washington, Idaho, and California. Parts of the ceiling tile is broken. Yep, corporate obviously they want to spend money hiring someone to fix the place up while the restaurant was in operation. Not sure why there's a rack here. It should belong in the kitchen. We'll check the closet soon. Got a counter and a freezer beneath it. And that's where beer, wine, and whatnot used to belong in there. Got another exit door. I think all the exit door alarms are disabled. There was likely a slot machine next to the divider. Let's check the closet. Nothing special in here, except you're seeing a ladder. It clearly goes up to the attic and roof. I probably wouldn't want to check the attic because there could be animals living inside. Got one empty shelf up there. We're heading to the kitchen. Here we are. There was a commercial oven on the right, but it got removed. Over here to the left, in this area used to be the bakery department. The bakeries used to prepare pies many times throughout the decades. At some point, Shari switched to buying actual pies from Shari's or Larry's. I find it laughable because you can literally find the exact pie brand at your local grocery store. There was a nice machine here. Not sure if it was a big or a small one. Either way. This is a dishwashing station. The counter is definitely not clean. Let's check the freezer room. Just mostly empty shelves in here. They look kinda dirty. There would have been pie toppings, produce, meats, and such. The fans are turned off, which is good. I believe the pies in the box and Shari for Larry's are also being stored. Here the kitchen layout. Over here to the right, all the kitchenware that used to be in those racks. I wouldn't be surprised if those things ended up thrown away. That was shocked, to be honest. I think that kitchenware could have been used at other restaurants. It would have been helpful for sure. I'm not sure what happened to the food ingredients, but hopefully they were donated. For some reason the kitchen is a little creepy. Got another freezer room to check. There. Again, more empty shelves. I like that kind of white shelves. This freezer smells awful. Jesus Christ. Aside from that, there's an actual video about strategy energy management from 2015 that took place here. It mostly talks about how Shari restaurants cut energy costs across 90 locations at a time. By engaging employees through newsletters and using a technical energy management system to monitor issues, they reduced electricity by 5%, natural gas by 19%, and water by 21%, reinvesting the savings into staff, customers, and their price. If you want to see the footage, the link is in the description below. Anyway, this area here is where cooks used to prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I can imagine the food was smelling fresh and delicious in the kitchen. Oh wow, check this out. The floor is clearly dirty. I don't know if that's all food. I believe there was a swinging door that leads to the front of the house before the renovation. Got the bulletin board. The kitchen looks small. Jesus, the kitchen equipment is even more filthy. I think there were originally 6 stoves, but now there are only 4. I don't know how long this building is going to sit vacant for. This is in a busy shopping plaza, by the way. Something needs to move into this building. A new restaurant would be a perfect fit. I believe the new tenant could do very well, considering the store demographics in this area. We're checking the manager's room. HWY and training from the shelves. Can you imagine being a manager, spending most of your time in the office doing paperwork and whatnot? That might be a lot of work, and it can be stressful with pressure from upper management. Here we have a file cabinet. Let's check it out. Nothing in there. Got some notes. Nothing inside too. Not sure why the window is boarded up. There would have been Wi-Fi router here at one point. Got a safe box on the floor. I tried to open it, but it didn't let me. That's too bad, honestly. Over here, this is the employees' break area. I believe they had a 30-minute lunch break. One of the seats looks split up. Seriously, this place is falling apart. Not the first time I'm seeing. We're heading to the dry storage room. That's where the canned food and supplies were once held on those shelves. The holiday decorations were likely up there. Majority of food ingredients were prepackaged from Cisco. Sadly, none of the restaurant chains have homemade food anymore. Got some labels on those small wooden shelves. There used to be a black bag for the boxes of soda. I like those colorful horses. Can't believe they're sticking out just like that. Anyway, if you have any memories, whether you're a customer or work here, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, thank you so much. I'm sure this place meant a lot to people in the community back when the company cared before it went downhill. We're gonna check the circuit breakers. The 2 electrical panels look super vintage. Both of them are for the kitchen equipment, I believe. The 3rd panel is mainly used for lighting. The circuit breaker for number 13 tells me this Shari really had a salad bar back in the day. I was right then. We're gonna check the kitchen unit and closet. There are empty shelves with a ladder next to them. There would have been cleaning supplies in the past. There's a nickel lab cleaning instruction on the wall. Employees were responsible for cleaning the kitchen every day, if I have to guess. That's an important task for sure. There would have been another mop bucket here as well. The mop station looks very nasty. The last room is the water heater closet. More empty shelves and a few alarm pipes on the right. We have a vaulted ceiling. Cool. Cafe outdoor tools. Interesting. Porch of the wall have been cut open. We're done with this room. And that'll be it. That's kind of wrap up the video. Make sure you like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you on the other side.